Everyone, in this session, we are going to study or understand the concept of recruitment and various sources of recruitment that companies are using to identify the potential candidates. Once the organization identifies the number of people required to fill various vacancies that are arising in the organization, they have to identify from where they can get the potential candidates or worthy candidates. There are so many sources that are useful to get the candidates inside the organization. The task of recruitment comes at this juncture in sourcing or identifying the potential candidates for the organization. The successful recruitment policy will help the organization in understanding various sources that you can get people or potential candidates and also encouraging those people to apply for your company. Let us see the definition of recruitment. Recruitment is defined as the process of discovering and attracting the candidates and maintaining their pool of filling vacancies in an organization. Recruitment tells you the way you identify or discover where the potential candidates are available. And at the same time, you will try to maintain the database for the future vacancy that is arising for the organization. And another definition of Edwin B. Flippo tells you that recruitment is a process of searching for the potential candidates for the jobs available and at the same time stimulating them to apply for the jobs in the organization. So when we are going to understand these two definitions, you will understand that recruitment helps in identifying where are the different potential candidates available and at the same time reaching them with different sources, along with that maintaining the database of the employees and as well as encouraging or stimulating them to apply for the organizations. Let us try to understand different sources of recruitment. Before that, if we correctly understand recruitment is a two-way process, the reason is employees want the potential employers where they can get a chance to prove themselves and at the same time they can excel in their career. In the same way, organization will try to see the potential candidates where they can contribute to the organizational success. That is the reason why we'll say recruitment is a two-way process. If you see the diagram, we can understand organization is looking for always qualified and potential applicants, whereas the employee or the potential candidates or applicant also looks for the potential employers with whom he or she can work for. Let us see the sources of recruitment in detail. The organizations will try to identify the available candidates or the candidate sourcing will happen through different sources. Broadly speaking, the recruitment sources are divided into two categories. One is internal sources and second one is external sources. Internal sources will tell the organization in making use or identifying the available employees for the job vacancies that are arising. So internal sources will tell making use of the available employees in the organization and are working with the organization currently. And when the organizations are going to use internal sources to a greater extent, employee morale and commitment is also going to be increased. The second source of recruitment is external sources through which the organization will go in identifying the employees out of the internal sources or away from the internal sources to reach the broad spectrum of market. In internal sources, there are three types of internal sources. One is employee referrals, second one is existing employees, third one is former employees. Whereas in external sources, we will identify different sources of external recruitment. There are employment exchanges, advertisements, campus recruitments, walk-in interviews, internet recruiting, job fairs, unsolicited applicants or casual applicants, labor contractors, and local labor assemblies. Let us see these sources one by one. When it comes to internal sources, the first source of internal recruitment is following or identifying the candidates through employee referrals. Employee referrals refers to the practice of the present employees getting the information about or giving the information about the candidates who are willing to be considered for the present vacancies. In simple, employer will try to ask the referral from the existing employees whom they know outside or outside the market. And at the same time, the advantage with employee referrals is the present employee exactly knows what type of employees are the candidates who will be best fit to the organizational requirements. And the recruitments that are happening through employee referrals have got approximately 70 to 80% of the success rate in the market. That we can conclude that the best source of reliability for recruitment is employee referrals. And the second source in internal sources is former employees. Former employees are the employees who worked for the organization previously and left due to several reasons. And at the same time, now they are willing to work for the organization and they want to join back. One advantage when we are going to prefer these employees is they already got acquaintance with the company's policies and procedures, and as well as they are already habituated to the culture of the organization, so that they can easily come back into the organizational picture. The third source is existing employees. Existing employees is one potential source where these people are currently working for the organization in different positions, and at the same time they are readily available to occupy the vacant positions. The organizations will use one mechanism called IJP. IJP means internal job posting, where vacancies information will be posted either in intranet or in the company site or in the main places of the organization by giving or providing information about the existing vacancies along with the job description. The individual employees who are working in the organization, after looking at the information, if they feel this, if they are suitable to the jobs, they are encouraged to apply. Let us see now the external sources of recruitment. In external sources of recruitment, there are different types of sources. The first source is employment exchanges. Employment exchanges are a network established by government and functioning under national employment services. Employment exchanges are spread throughout the country. The individuals, after completion of their graduation or after attaining any qualification, they will go to nearby employment exchange and they will try to register themselves in employment exchange. And they used to get the information about job vacancies in different organizations through employment exchanges as per their qualification they registered with them. And added to this, the government is very particular about employment exchanges functioning. The reason is there is one act called Employment Exchanges Compulsory Notification Act 1999 says that any job vacancy, before it is going to be given in public, the information has to be given to the employment exchanges so that the employment exchanges can provide the information to the potential candidates. The second source is advertisements. Advertisements, most probably printed advertisements, can be a preferred source to reach the potential candidates in short span of time. And at the same time, these printed advertisements will reach the mass number of people, or huge number of people. It may be local, or it may be regional, or it may be national. Example, giving job related advertisements either in newspapers or in journals and magazines. If the jobs are specific and they're skill oriented, the advertisements can be given in either professional journals or magazines. Nowadays, we can identify most of the jobs given in either the local newspaper or regional newspaper or national newspaper on the basis of the type of job to be filled. The third source of recruitment is campus recruitment, or else recruitment from management and technical institutions. Campus recruitment refers to the companies going to several educational institutions or universities for hiring the fresh graduates or the graduates who are going to be graduated in the coming year. One advantage with campus recruitment is the organizations are able to get fresh blood, or they are able to induce fresh blood into the organization. And at the same time, potential candidates will be generated with the help of campus recruitments. Nowadays, many of the companies for entry levels, they are going to the educational institutions for hiring the candidates. For certain middle level positions also are filled from campus recruitment, but they are preferring the IITs or IIMs or any educational institution that is of national importance. Another recruitment source is casual walk-in or drop-in. It is the process of the candidate who wish to want a job, who wish to do a job in a specific company. Either he goes to the office and drops the resume in seeking the job availability in future. Casual walk-in or drop-in is one source of getting the candidates as per the employer branding. Casual walk-ins or drop-ins are very high if the employer has good brand image in the market. And one disadvantage with casual walk-in is the people, after attaining the qualification, they may casually drop their resume there, and we may not identify the possibility of getting more number of people getting into the jobs because of this source. Another recruitment source is internet recruiting or e-recruiting. Internet recruiting is booming because of the technology revolution. Internet recruiting refers to placing an advertisement in the internet for inviting the applications from the potential applicants to fill the vacancies specified. There are different modes of internet recruiting are used by the employers. Out of those, the first one is through career portal. Every company will have a career portal through which the candidate who wish to apply for the jobs, they can apply through the career portal of the company. Second source is through employer. The second source is through job portals. Job portals will give you the huge scope in identifying different jobs, and you will apply to different jobs as per the requirements. Some of the examples of job portals are Naukri.com, Monster.com, and TimesJob.com. Because of technology, e-recruitment is booming very well. Another source of external recruitment is job fairs. Job fairs refer to a group of employers inviting applicants at a designated place. The advantage with job fairs is the employees or the candidates who wish to do jobs, they will get an opportunity to apply for different jobs at the same time and same place. The difference between job fair and campus recruitment is through campus recruitment, you will recruit or you will get only the fresh graduates. But when it comes to job fairs will also try to provide you the experienced candidates also for the entry levels. Another source of external recruitment is local labor assemblies. We can see number of workers assemble regularly in the mornings and evenings at stipulated places in any city or town in search of the work. The people who want job, most probably they are unskilled labor or semi-skilled labor such as mistris, mansions, diggers, carpenters, and manual laborers. Some other sources of external recruitment is labor contractors, through which company will give this outsourcing to the labor contractors, and labor contractors will try to provide the labor to the company on behalf of this contractor. And one more external source is employment agencies, where the individual will try to get information through the employment agency in which the company has a tie-up. These employment agencies will try to provide different candidates for different jobs as per the need of employer. But one disadvantage with employment agency is if the employment agency has got a bad branding in the market, it is very difficult for the candidate to get into the company. These are all different sources of recruitment, internal and external. Once the organization is able to pull up the more number of candidates, the next thing is to identify or filter who is the potential candidate and fits to the organizational requirement. This process we are calling it as selection. We can say that recruitment encourages as many people as possible by saying that if they feel that they have the required eligibility and the qualification, they can apply. But selection is a negative process. The reason is at any stage of this process, the candidate may be rejected. That's why we can say recruitment is positive and the selection is negative. Thank you.